What's going on, guys? It is Goalazio here. Welcome back to another FIFA 20 career mode, and it is the alternative series. This series has gone down absolutely amazing, so I want to say thank you very much for support. And what this series does is that we look at big name players and look at alternatives, whether they again on in their age, whether they cost a fortune. We look at them and find some more hidden gem, cheaper alternatives for you guys. Guys, in the comment section below, I want you to suggest some players who we should look at next, because today we are looking at Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos has a reputation. You know what? He's a leader. He is a professional fouler, I think is the best way to put it. You know what? He knows how to bend the rules. But anyway, nevertheless, if you take away that, he is still a very good player. Let's have a quick look at some of his key statistics. Athleticism, technical ability, 77, 79. Defending at 87. His skill moves and weak foot at 3-star, which is not too bad for a defender. He's standing around 6 foot. And look at these stats: jumping 93, 85 strength, 87 reactions, aggression, composure, interceptions, all up in the high 80s, aggression being 90. And you can see there some of the ball control, slide tackling, defend, stand tackling, penalties. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, he has some amazing traits: leadership, long passer, power header, team player, dives into tackles, of course, our CPU only. So Sergio Ramos is one of the better all-round defenders. He's a little short, in my opinion, as a defender at 6 foot. I prefer 6'1", 6'2" in FIFA. But nevertheless, he's still very good. So what we're going to be looking at today is a few key little points in there. Of course, they need to be a good defender. Nevertheless, they want to be around 6 foot, 6'1" to actually accommodate a very similar style to Sergio. And of course, we're going to be looking at that strength and jumping, which are the two main attributes you'll see in Sergio Ramos, which makes him the player that he actually is. And of course, we want some good movement stats as well, because Sergio Ramos isn't the fastest, but he is very comfortable on the ball, which helps a lot if you have good agility and good balance. But anyway, guys, let's take a look at some of the players I got for you. Some of the players, of course, I am looking at for you guys today, just so you're actually aware, are more for a road to glory and in-betweener type career mode. They're not necessarily for a more established career mode, because if you are more established, you could just buy Sergio Ramos, in all fairness, because he only costs around £30 million, but you've got an opportunity, a lot of road to glories. But anyway, your little in-betweener, we got G. Jesus. And he is 76 rated, starting with Real Madrid. He is on loan in that first season, so you're aware. And he has 2-star skills, 3-star weight foot, is 6 foot. He's Spanish as well. 74 sprint speed, so a little faster. Jumping at 78, reaction 77, interceptions 81, aggression 78. And of course, he has some really good passing stats: 72 long passing and short passing. Head on accuracy at 73. Slide tackling, standing tackling around 77 overall. And his ball control is around 67, which is not too bad for a 76 rated player. The only downside with him, though, which in all fairness, when I've used him, doesn't really show much, he is injury prone. And he does, I don't know why he doesn't have it in this save, but in other saves, he's actually had the leadership trait. So I'm not too sure why that's suddenly been removed, but he does have that trait as well, the same as Ramos. Ethan Ampadu, the Welsh defender. Very similar to Sergio Ramos. He's 18 years old. You can sign him from Red Bull for around £2 million, which is absolutely exquisite. 3-star weak foot, 2-star skills, around 6 foot. Nothing really too much to shout about, as his rating is only 68 overall. But his jumping is at 74, and his long passing stuff is around 65 and stuff. So that will grow quite greatly. One thing I've picked him is because he grows quite fast in my career modes. One thing I've actually noticed, I signed him in and he does absolutely brilliantly within the first 6 months of actually growing. I think at the end of the first season, he's at least 76, including training. So take that into consideration. He's a brilliant, cheap, road to glory player. Okay, so a little more expensive now. Going to cost you around £15 million. It is Tomori. The English centre-back, coming in at 21 years old, a little more expensive on the wage and the price front. But if you are a slightly more established career mode, this is perfect for you. Skill moves on the lower end, 3-star weak foot, 6'1". So a little taller than Ramos, and he is a lot faster. So this is like your premium Sergio Ramos. So Sergio Ramos is now suddenly turned into a Ford Focus, and Tomori is turned into a Bentley. Anyway, you got a bit of sprint speed, good interception, composure, aggression, jumping, strength, all really high for a 77 rated player. And that grows absolutely grows amazingly very quickly, and he does go to around 86 potential, which is brilliant for the young Englishman. Going next, guys, we do have a Croatian centre-back at 17 years old. He is 67 rated with a potential of 85, and he is going to cost you, right, around £1.4 million. He is valued around 1.3, but he is going to cost you a little more because you can't sign him in that first season. But doesn't play that often for the side, so you can sign him still really cheap in Season 2. 4-star weak foot is huge for him, left-footed. Anyway, jumping 81, 82 strength, which is an absolute brilliant start. Acceleration, sprint speed up on the higher front, so he's a little more faster compared to Sergio Ramos. But the thing with him as well is that strength and jumping. To be 82 near enough overall for a 67 rated player in League 1, for example, if you are them, you're going to absolutely demolish your striker. So, absolute brilliant player to sign straight away. Armini Nicolo, the Italian centre-back, 18 years old. And you'll notice by his stats, right, he's generally all-round. 4-star weak foot, which is absolute solid. So he's really good on the ball, really good balance. You will notice he is an all-rounder defender, so he isn't kind of peaking in certain areas. One of the reasons I actually liked him, the fact he's a little taller than 6 foot at 6'1", but the thing is the fact he grows all-round. So when he starts going up his ratings, everything is improving at the same time near enough. And he's a brilliant centre-back to actually sign. I think he's going to cost you around £1.5 million at tops. So brilliant road to glory player to actually bring in that first season. Quality signing from Lazio. Anyway, the English 20-year-old playing for Tottenham Hotspur. Nothing to shout about with the skill moves and weak foot, starting off at 69 overall. I picked him for something before and I loved him as a left back. But without a doubt, he's a brilliant, absolute brilliant centre-back as well, because you cannot doubt that at all. He is 88 jumping, which is his biggest standout stat, which is one of the main reasons he's in here. And he has 75 strength. So for a 69 rated player, absolute brilliant. He's going to cost you around less. Well, I signed him for 2 mil, right? His valuation's around 2.2, but I signed him for 2. So take it how you will when you do try to sign him. But he is going to cost you slightly more on that wage front. But that jumping is just absolutely unreal. Fair play. Absolutely unreal. That jumping. His strength as well tops it all off. He got a long passer trait as well, which is brilliant. So you're really good passer on the ball. Very good at defending. And can easily get me in the air because he is 6 foot. Let me be honest with you guys. Ben White, of course, he's on loan at Leeds in that first season. So you are going to have to wait until Season 2. When I signed him, I got him in Season 3, and I signed him for a total of £10 million. So his value in comparison to what he is now doesn't go up much, right? And if I'm honest, because he's on loan at Leeds, his rating doesn't go much either. It goes up about 2 or 3 within that first season. But you can get him straight away from Brighton. And without a doubt, what a solid defender this guy actually is. All round in the jumping, stamina, strength, reactions, composure, interaction side of things. Absolutely brilliant. Short passing, very good. Of course, standing tackling, slide tackling up there in that mid-70s. Ball control at around 71. Let me be honest with you guys. The only issue I have with him in game, he's brilliant. He's very like Sergio Ramos. He gets stuck in quite a lot, and he's really good at just holding his position, which is something which I really liked about him. He doesn't push forward too much. But one of the issues I actually had was trying to sign him. One of the biggest problems was trying to bring him into the side. There's a lot of negotiations which just tend to fall through. I don't know if it's just a glitch with EA, but sometimes it just doesn't want to happen. And Ben White was one of them. But without a doubt, if you can actually get past that, oh, he's incredible. And he doesn't have a release clause anyway. So you can get him for really cheap. And if I remember correctly, his contract runs out in 2022. So you can sign him in contract runs out in 2021. You sign him in January 2021. So you've got opportunities there to really take advantage of. So really good player. And you could get him on a free as well if you want to wait a couple of seasons. But anyway, guys, they were the best Sergio Ramos-like players that you can actually sign in FIFA 20 career mode. A lot of versatility for you guys here. Well, variety even, I should actually say. You got 2 players really which are more for your established type career mode, so your more lower end Premier League sides, but a lot of them are suited for a road to glory. And one of the reasons for that is because if you have the ability to sign Sergio Ramos, monetary wise, because he is, as you can see there, about 45 million tops you're going to be paying for him. You can there's no one out there cheaper really at a similar statistic level. So I kind of left and thought, you know what, let's go Road to Glory on this. Let's go to Road to Glory S. But anyway, guys, that's the end of this episode. Let me know in that comment section below who you think we should really consider looking at. See what other alternative players there are out there. And of course, while you're down there, just let me know, is there anyone else similar to Sergio Ramos which you're a big fan of? Be interested to know your thoughts. But anyway, guys, my name is Goalazio. I want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And anyway, guess what? I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.